Enterprise Database Cloud Company. 4 words that make me want to put a bullet between my eyes. Shape-shifting tech leviathan with an insane billionaire founder and 4 decades of deep connections inside the Pentagon and the heart of American industry. 23 words that get my blood pumping. Folks, I'm talking about a company called Oracle, one of Silicon Valley's oldest tech outfits that is suddenly having a baller year.
Oracle stock
jumped 40%.
Oracle's playing a very big part.
Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison.
Larry Ellison is now the richest person in the world. Oracle will now control the new TikTok joint venture.
Oracle, which shot up a stunning 36% today.
But despite all of these headlines, I have noticed that very few people seem to know what the fuck Oracle actually does. So I decided to figure it out, all by myself. I started my investigation by asking Oracle themselves what they do. I did not get a response, so I took the next logical step and visited their website, where I figured they could clearly explain how they made $57 billion in revenue last year. Almost immediately, I knew I was wrong. Their website was simply the words cloud, AI, applications, and infrastructure all arranged into dozens of different combinations, and interspersed among acronyms like OCI, SCM, and ERP, all in the name of helping people see data in new ways, discovering insights, and unlocking new possibilities, with the help of a little papier-mâché hummingbird. Clearly going through official channels was getting me nowhere. It was time to activate the Good Work Anonymous reporting portal. It was there I was able to speak with a real-life group of current and former Oracle employees. What does Oracle actually do?
Dude, I don't know. I sell it.
Why do you think that so many people do not know what Oracle does?
Because they do too much. It's not a simple value proposition where they do one thing really well and you can describe it in 10 seconds.
There isn't an industry in the country, in the world, that Oracle does not touch to some extent.
It's still a little bit of a mystery to me. They truly do have some sort of financial income from every major company and most smaller companies. A lot of us didn't really understand that we were kind of the backbone of companies' computers.
At this point, I realized that even Oracle was going to need some help explaining Oracle. So it was time to swallow my pride and do the sensible thing. Ask a better journalist to do my job for me. What does Oracle actually do?
Oracle is, at its core, a database company.
Belle Lin is a reporter for the Wall Street Journal with longtime experience covering Oracle and the various jargony industries in which they do the business.
I know that sounds sort of archaic and strange, but it's the way in which you manage, store, and access data. So data being like customer data, financial transactions, supply chain information. It's all this kind of like back-end, maybe kind of boring stuff that keeps a business running.
But then how come when I read about Oracle today, they're in TikTok, they're in AI, they're in cloud,
yes,
and they're in software sales? How could a database company be doing all of that?
That is a great question, and there is actually a connection between databases and all of those sort of separate, seemingly disparate businesses. Because databases are really sticky, and by sticky I mean once your corporate data is inside a place, it's really hard to take out. Oracle figured out that it could sell software like HR software and supply chain software to those same businesses. And then it figured out it could also sell cloud computing to those businesses as well because it already had their data.
Okay, now we're cooking. Folks, I'm a busy man, but I'm also a man of taste. When it comes to dinner time, that leaves me in somewhat of a pickle. How am I supposed to prepare tasty, healthy meals for myself in the limited time I have in my busy schedule? Until recently, the answer was, I wouldn't. I would procrastinate eating until I was fully panicking, at which point I'd go raccoon mode and eat 4 stale granola bars from the rear of my cupboard. So you can imagine my, relief when I found out about Factor. Factor delivers healthy, delicious meals straight to your door. These are fresh-made meals with real ingredients that feel like they're home-cooked, but guess what? They're ready in 2 minutes. They've got 100 different weekly options, so you can order tons of different varieties depending on what you're craving. Whether you're looking to eat healthier or you've got specific food preferences in mind like keto, maximizing your protein intake, or meeting a calorie goal, folks, Factor's menu has you covered. No refined seed oils, no refined sugars. Just real food that keeps Danny Boy from going raccoon mode. Use my code, right there, to get 50% off your first box and free breakfast for a year. Eat up, babes. To look at Oracle's history is to see a company that leveraged early success to create an ever-evolving tech behemoth that pivots with the times. A sentence I crafted with language derived from the Mr. Wonderful guide on scaring the hose. Much like this YouTube channel, Oracle got their start as a government program. Codenamed Oracle, the project had Larry and his employer Ampex building databases for the CIA. Eventually, Larry and two of his colleagues would split off to form their own company, which would eventually be named Oracle. They went public in the 1980s with a core focus on that sweet database technology. By the 90s, it created enterprise software, which goes beyond storing data to assist businesses in other areas like HR, accounting, and so on. After a string of buzzy acquisitions in the 2000s, Oracle shifted its focus to the cloud, announcing Oracle Cloud Infrastructure that could compete with big guys like Amazon Web Services and those bastards over at Google Cloud. So if you're a restaurant and you need your customer data filtered, Oracle has a product for that. If you're a city and your HR needs to manage employee benefits, Oracle has a product for that. If you're a United States Air Force and you need your supply chain managed, Oracle has a product for that. In fact, if you have existed in the last 40 years, there's a good chance that you have bought something from Oracle. God knows I did.
And it was really known as having these hardball sales tactics. It would do these really stringent audits of its customers from a licensing standpoint and sort of box and force their customers into these sales contracts. And so it had that kind of hard-nosed, very buttoned-up business reputation. It wasn't cool like some of the other tech companies.
There's one Oracleism that I got a couple of years ago when I started in sales, and it's Oracle doesn't have customers, it has prisoners. So, we really get people into these contracts and then they just can't get out of them.
Oracle's hardball, old school, bulldogged, steadfast reputation is perhaps no better embodied than by their longtime CEO and co-founder, Larry Ellison.
Larry was kind of like a mythical subject in the office. Anytime we spoke of Larry, it was just like, this guy's just a killer, he's like the guy. The relationship with Larry, at least from a personal perspective, was complicated. He's a very controversial figure. The first impression I got of him was when I was in Hawaii right before I started working for Oracle. We were actually looking at his private island in Hawaii, and I chatted the guy up, and he's like, "Oh, you're working for Oracle, you know what it stands for?" One rich asshole called Larry Ellison.
Flying fighter jets, racing yachts, using the pickup line, "Can I buy you a car?" Hiring private detectives to spy on Microsoft, joking about shooting another CEO, and owning most of a Hawaiian island, Larry Ellison has truly led a life that one can only describe as perfect for men that tug themselves in front of the mirror. But it's his bulldog old head, rough-shotted steadfastness that has often credited Larry with getting Oracle to where it is today, which has penetrated deep inside almost every sector of the business world. And the latest two sectors that Oracle is breaking into happen to be absolutely piping hot at the moment: social media and AI.
So if this current deal goes through, then Oracle will oversee the US algorithm for TikTok and will be part of this consortium of investors that essentially owns the US operations. And currently, as part of this initiative called Project Texas, it already oversees the US data, user data for TikTok.
Meanwhile, on the AI side of things, Oracle has spent the year entirely redefining the company's direction. From Oracle announcing massive AI infrastructure projects alongside Larry Ellison's homie at the White House, to minting massive investment contracts with OpenAI, sending Oracle's stock into explosion mode, briefly making Papa Ellison the richest man in the world, and inspiring little old me to wonder what the fuck this company actually does. But before you all go ahead and get an Oracle stock ticker tramp stamp to match mine, it's important to pump the brakes a little bit and realize that a lot of the buzziness surrounding Oracle comes from projected revenue that hasn't been realized yet. How exposed is Oracle to a potential AI bubble? I mean, we talk about an AI bubble so much that it's almost kind of beyond definition now. We don't really know what's gonna happen after it, if it's like the dot-com bubble, if it'll be like something else. But if there is one, I mean, how damaging would that be to Oracle's operations as you see it?
It would be hugely damaging. Oracle is very much tied to the fate of OpenAI, just like NVIDIA and Broadcom and AMD and all of these other sort of like AI infrastructure players are sort of tied to the fate of OpenAI at this point. And OpenAI is saying it's only going to generate like $13 billion in revenue, and that's not nearly enough to pay for all these billions of dollars in compute that it owes all of those companies, which is why you hear about this circular deals question, which is very much part of the AI bubble.
Furthermore, Belle tells me that Oracle also faces questions over how it will get land to build data centers, power them, find local governments that are cool with putting a big fat humming factory in their backyard, and then when that's all done, figure out how to make money off of them. Now, I won't lie, folks. At the end of the day, this is a story about a data company. Quite frankly, it's miraculous I've gone through this entire thing without swigging from a jug of bleach. But it looks to me like the true answer behind what does Oracle actually do is evolve with technology to survive at all costs. From data management to cloud computing and now, artificial intelligence. Is this all gonna work out? Fuck if I know. My job was to figure out what this company does, and god damn it, I think I did it. If you disagree, please send all complaints to GoodWorks' easily navigable corporate website. I'm sure someone will get in touch with you soon. In the meantime, for good work, I'm Dan Toomey.
No one knows what ERP systems are.
What are ERP systems?
It stands for Enterprise Resource Planning
That's
System.
not, you know what ERP systems are.
I do know what ERP systems are.
You just said no one knows what they are, and then you just rattled it off perfectly.
Yeah, I did know.
I know what they are, but if you could explain what they are to me, how would you explain it?
An enterprise resource planning system is like a back-end software for a business. It can connect to your finance system, to your HR system, to your supply chain system. So it's kind of, again, this big piece of software that allows for different parts of the business to talk and maintain their daily operations.
That's precisely what I would have said.
Which is what you would have said, yeah.